Welcome back to the shop. This time, we're actually working on something. One of my buddies was cool enough to let me build his car as the first in-house job under Smoko Speed Shop. So, shout out to this guy, what a legend. Gonna be doing intercooler pipes, dump pipe, exhaust, I think maybe some tunnel modifications, bunch of stuff for this, but today we're going to start with the intercooler pipes, see how we go. Since my last video, I have invested a bit more. Bought some cool stuff to help me get shit done. And damn, the IS isn't a big car, but this Corolla makes it look huge. Anyways, belt sander, bandsaw. I love this thing so far, it is so good. It's only small, but does what I need it to do. Built myself a workbench, which is awesome, definitely need that. And probably my favorite so far, this beast. Unimig Envy. It's pretty good so far. I haven't really done anything too insane yet, just a couple test pieces, but we'll give it a real test with this thing today. I think we might start with these. They got to come through here. Now, for the part that I always find at least a little bit daunting, drilling and cutting holes in the chassis. So I'm going to cut the hole directly in the middle there, try and get this tube to come up and through there like that. And that's where you want to drill your hole. Once you got that cut out, you want to go ahead and cut your donut in half. Just place it in there and sort of have a look where you want to cut it. And then take it over to your bandsaw and chop it, which I've already done for this side because my phone died there. But once you got that first cut there, just play around with some angles, try and get them to fit through the hole where you want it, and then you can go ahead and mark, which I've also done already, mark where the angle you want to cut there. As you can see, that's obviously not flush, so I'm going to end up cutting it, probably follow that line mark, but probably cut it around here instead of there. You'll see what I mean once I cut it. So as you can see, I didn't cut it exactly on the line because it never would have lined up with the next piece that I have to join to it. But chuck it in there. Oh, hang on. Chuck it in there. And it's hard to do one-handed. Chuck it in there. And as you can see, that'll work pretty good with a nice bead on the end there. So I'll go ahead and get these marked and tacked up and then bring it back here. So that's pretty good. Happy with that for now. Now rinse and repeat for the other side. Before I start making the pipe for this side, I'm just going to see how close I can actually get this to going straight in there, because that's going to determine whether I can make it the same as that side or it's got to be slightly different. And there's not a bunch of space there, so I'm going to see how tight I can get that first. So at the moment, I'm just playing around with some 3-inch bends. Looks like I will be able to get that pretty easy, and if I make this one go relatively straight into that hole, I should be able to just one of these and slap her on there. Also went ahead and cut these off so I could get rid of those pesky factory bead roll things. So yeah. They sent me the wrong size tube and I want to finish this today, so I'm gonna go get that. I will be back and yeah, we'll finish this off. Well, that took way longer than I was hoping, but we got there. Let's get back into it. So now that I got these two side bits ready to be tacked up and ready to go pretty much. Where'd I put the other one? Here it is. I will take off the turbo housing, cut the dingo off and put an elbow on there. Don't frickin' lose these things. Now we'll chuck it back on and mock up a pipe for it. So I've just quickly gone and tacked this bit of straight onto it so I can sit my silicone on there nicely, and then put it in here. I can feed my other pipe through the hole, stick it into the silicone here, and that way I can see where I need to weld it on. Obviously you can use a 90-degree silicone joiner, but I don't like them. I think they're ugly. But you do you. And I'm obviously at the same time checking everything else that's got to go around it, like that, which fits perfectly. That looks good. Check. Got a mock-up bend here for the dump pipe we're going to do later on. That'll work too, so I'm pretty happy with that. That's how it'll look from the top. I think it's alright. So now I'll clean these two up so I can mark and tack them on. Back at the bench now. Just gonna go just like that. So obviously you always want to tack these in a spot that's easy to cut off later. Ask me how I know. But yeah, I'll leave that there for now because I still gotta roll a bead onto the end there, and I don't have a bead roller, so we'll leave this one like this for now, bolt it back up and do the rest of the piping. And this one here is obviously just going to be a straight pipe, so I can mark that there, and I know that's roughly where I got to cut it. For now anyways, I'll probably cut it back more because that other one's going to stick through the hole. Now, don't do what I've done here and stick your freaking silicone all the way onto your pipe, because they're a lot easier to get on than they are to get off. This thing's moving me whole bloody setup. So now that I got that in there like that, I can go ahead and take my piece I made earlier, stick it right in there, and all I got to do is figure out what piece I got to put in there, which is easy enough. Not gonna lie, that was a full guess, but works pretty good. I'm happy with that. We'll go with that then, huh? Can I see something cool? See the tungsten there? Oh, can't really. See how sharp it is? Perfectly balled up. Shout out Unimig. So I'm pretty happy with that, with how that fits. So that side's pretty much ready to go. That is just loose, it doesn't actually rest on it. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that looks there. Let's finish up this side now. So I'm gonna leave this here for the day because it's dark now and I gotta go out to dinner. spent half my day running around trying to find stuff that I should have already had, but it's all good. What do you do? Finish the rest tomorrow morning. But yeah, it's kind of what it's going to look like from the top. The intercooler piping anyways. I'll see you tomorrow. G'day. So the plan is to finish this today. Still looks just like the way I left it. Didn't build itself for whatever reason. But anyways, let's crack into it again. So this pipe's pretty good. I'm just gonna cut it back a bit so I can leave it in there while I make this pipe. I'll have that one come through the hole here, and I'll use this silicone reducer to join them. So this one's gonna be a bit trickier. As you can see, I don't have as much space to work with as this side, but we'll still get it, still make it work. So after a bit of playing around with this piece here, I managed to get it to fit. It wasn't too hard, just had to change some angles a bit. But yeah, here it is all tacked up. I think it looks pretty good. I will do a final prep, get it welded, and I'll show you guys how it looks when it's done. I might just have to add a little bit of a bend in here to give this filter a bit more space, but that's easy. Yeah. So I've just finished welding it up, polishing it, put it all back together. I think it looks pretty good. What do you guys think? Also, just went ahead and tacked that little bend I had there to the V-band, so it kind of looks a bit more complete from the top, just to get an idea. These still have to be welded here, but I still need to go around the whole thing with a bead roller, so I'll do the bead rolling first and then I can weld them on, but it's not going to change what it looks like, so yeah. I think it looks pretty good. This here, I might make a separate video about. Can't finish that off yet, I don't have the materials for it, but this will be going down in there like that, and then I'll be recirculating that into the dump pipe. Also, if you guys are in Sydney or around Sydney, if you want to help a brother out, I'll be more than happy to help you out with your builds. If you want to bring him here and let me have a play. Shout out to Passion Garage and Liam for trusting me with this thing to get me going. I think it's a pretty sick little car to get me started off here and be able to make some content on. Yeah, it's gonna do it. Peace out.